Welcome back to eSIMstudios. So it appears there might be a slight issue with some users that are receiving their S26 Ultra devices. So Samsung started shipping out these S26 series devices, I think just a day or two ago. People are starting to get them in, and I've been seeing some online chatter in some questionable events that are leading people to return their devices. If you ordered one, you're going to want to pay attention. And one you're going to have to look out for, and one is basically already on your device. So, the first issue that we're going to get into, and it's really going to depend on you, the person. If it bothers you, it might not, but we all know the privacy display thing. It's a pretty cool innovation Samsung brought forward to the table for users. However, the new innovation is met with some drawbacks. So, despite its innovative concept, there are some users reporting eye strain from the S26 Ultra display even when privacy mode is off. And the visual comparisons suggest this display is less refined than its predecessor, the S25 Ultra. You could even say that the S25 Ultra is even less refined than the S24 Ultra. Now, I know Samsung put a brand new OLED panel, the M14 OLED panel, on these S26 series devices, but it's the implementation of this privacy display that's causing some issues for users. So, activating the privacy mode significantly degrades image quality and resolution as well as contrast, taking a noticeable hit. Colors appear muted, making it less suitable for media consumption and primarily useful for only hiding sensitive information. The effectiveness of the privacy mode is limited by the narrowing viewing angles. Furthermore, the anti-reflective coating on the S26 Ultra appears to be a downgrade compared to the S25 Ultra. Who knew? I thought this was going to be anti-reflective display 2.0. Apparently, it's anti-reflective display 0.5, right? If the S25 Ultra was 1.0, this is, I was looking forward to an even more anti-reflective display, but whatever. Potentially, not quite, right? So I want to get into how Samsung implemented this privacy display, how they actually dim it, and how it actually affects the not only the viewing angles but the colors and the overall display. So the privacy display mode works by illuminating only narrow pixels of the display. So this is a modified AMOLED display. This is not just the new M14 OLED panel. It's a M14 OLED panel with modified pixels actually in the display. It effectively disables the quote-unquote wide pixels to control light path and reduce off-axis visibility. So essentially what they're doing is if the pixel in the display shines like this, shines the light kind of outward like this, if you look at a display under a microscope, when you activate the privacy mode, it essentially narrows the width of light that is viewable to essentially like this. So if you look at it from the side, you can't see the pixels. If you look at it from this side, you can't see the pixels. Or if you look at it from the top or the bottom, it essentially puts a cone like a beam of light straight up, right? Instead of illuminating outwards where you can see it from wide angles. Now that's affecting the viewing angles, the colors, all sorts of stuff. Now, there's a good article here. In this post, this person says they received their S26 Ultra. It seems great, but they're returning it due to the screen. So he received it yesterday from Samsung, immediately started comparing it to my S23 Ultra. So he had an S23 Ultra upgraded to S26 Ultra. It's a pretty good upgrade, right? He's not really thrilled with the battery life, but whatever. He's saying the gaming is good. It's nice and cool. Blah blah blah. Let's get to the issue. So, the display, the colors and the clarity of the screen are better at first glance, especially with HDR content. It's much nicer. However, as soon as I tilt my phone slightly, looking at a YouTube clip with his fiance, for example, sitting next to him, it feels like my eyes are switching viewing modes. I don't know what that means. if I view something in widescreen mode on my S23 Ultra and I decide to move the phone to the side a little while keeping my eyes on the screen to show the content I'm watching, it feels natural. There's nothing changing for me. Now, here's the thing. That was on his S23 Ultra. If he does the same thing on his S26 Ultra, so moving it from front of me to in between him and his girlfriend or his fiance, while keeping the eyes on his phone, it feels like my eyes are perceiving some sort of change, like slightly turning one of those lenticular images, or maybe like a hologram, right? Like the Harry Potter kid cards, you know, with the holograms where they change modes at viewing angles, sort of like that, I guess. Or turning a Nintendo 3DS from 2D to 3D. Ah, I get it now. Something in the perception changes. Even though the changes are so minuscule, I cannot tell you exactly what it is in that moment. So, what he's noticing is exactly what I was telling you with those pixels. So, even when the privacy mode is turned off, you got to remember those are modified pixels. So, of course, it's going to look different from even with your S25 Ultra, no matter what phone you have, S24 Ultra, S23, S22 Ultra, S21 Ultra, it's a modified pixel on and or in that AMOLED display. And they're not all completely normal pixels like what's on his S23 Ultra or what's on this S25 Ultra. So whenever you get this, just know that has modified pixels on there, and they had to do that so they can activate the privacy display. See what I'm saying? So it might look a little different. We're gonna have to just wait. It's one of those things where it's probably gonna bother some people. With other people, it might not. Now, I'm probably going. Mine will be here shortly. I'm probably going to try the privacy display, but I doubt I'll ever like actually use it. This might bother me. I don't know. And I think it's just one of those things where you're just going to have to get it and see if it bothers you, just return it. Don't deal with it, right? Because you're going to be using this phone for at least the next year. So if it bothers you, just move on. Whatever. But I don't know what other options you have, but that's up to you. Interesting set of events here. Now, there's another issue that people are returning their S26 Ultras, and you're not going to want to miss this. I'm going to link, before we get into the second issue, I'm going to link this article. Samsung Galaxy S20 Ultra Privacy Display. This is a fantastic article by LTT Labs website. It breaks down exactly how this privacy display works with these pixels. It's very interesting. If you're nerdy like I am that love technology like this, it's freaking, I love this stuff. So they basically show on a very minuscule level, narrow pixels, wide pixels, how Samsung meticulously modified these pixels to implement that privacy display. And you can see here the wider light angles with the normal pixels, with the wide pixels, and then they have to activate the narrow pixels, and it's basically a beam of light. So that's like when you look at it from side to side, you know, it's hard to see the display, but very cool stuff. And they give you examples here, maximum mode, viewing angles. And look at this, before we move on, very cool graph here. Told you I'm a nerd. Portrait viewing angle luminance. This is on the S26 Ultra, and they give you lumens right here, brightness, and then viewing angles on the x-axis. So the more you turn the phone, the more the wider the angle you look at it at, the less bright it is, as you can see. Now that was in portrait mode, and that's in landscape mode. So if you're holding the phone like this or like this. So very cool if you want to dig into that a little more. Really good article.